What's up, traders? This is Vee Trades, and today I'll be doing a technical analysis breakdown for the SPDR S&P 500 ETF Trust with the ticker symbol SPY. Remember that if you want a chart analysis guaranteed to be done, please read the description below. Before we begin, please take a second to give the video a like and subscribe for more chart analysis. I appreciate all those who have already subscribed and liked my videos. Just a reminder that this video is for entertainment purposes only. It does not constitute any financial advice. I will first go over what I see on the daily chart and finish the video off with the weekly chart. So I'm going to say what I believe will happen in 2022, and I believe that we will continue to see higher prices in the future, but I do expect a 20 or 25% correction maybe in the midterm, and I'll show you the reason why. But we don't have to get that correction. We could just overshoot the target and just continue trending from there, or we could see that correction sooner. But I think we will probably get something like that coming in the midterm of 2022. So look at previously, you can see that there was a strong move up since October leading into early November, and then ever since then prices had a hard time breaking through the 471 level. You can see that price action touched it once here, another time here, another time here, and another time here. And finally what they did was created a short trap. So you can see that short trap play out. They dropped the market from the resistance level just a few days and then immediately reversed it. And you can see that after that, all the bulls just came right in. All the professional traders jumped in because they knew exactly what happened, that the shorts are trapped and they're coming for the stop losses up here. And then right when they broke through this level, you can see that was a big candle bar that had a lot of buy orders, because from these sellers who had their stops getting hit. It's just adding fuel to the fire, and then you see this massive push up. And then ever since then, we've just been consolidating in this 477 level, and now we're breaking down lower, which is natural. It's normal to see a retest of the breakout level and probably to fill in this gap right here. So I think that's what they want to do. You can see that they already had made a measured move up. This would be the first leg up, and then if I just drag it over to the bottom of this, you can see that that's right where the measure move is, and that's pretty much right where we're closed for the week, right on the 475 474 level. I still see this bigger measured move being hit. You can see that this would be the first leg up for the market, and since the market moves in twos and waves, this would be the second target, or this would be the target that prices would want to eventually reach, and it's trying to reach it. You can see that's right at the 495 level, and possibly even the $500 psychological level. So I think that's where prices are going to go next before we see that bigger correction take place. If I zoom on the chart, you can see that we're just in a massive bull trend. You see that we're just continuing up and up. Nothing's really stopping that. You see the corrections are very small. If anything, they might be just sideways. So it's a very, very strong trend. It can last longer than most people think, and you do not want to be buying the tops unless you want to be losing 95 to 99% of the time, because it's just easier going with the trend, because the trend is your friend until it ends. So everyone's just buying up this market. They don't want to be the person who's trying to pick a top and getting stopped out, because most people who do it, it's a big payout, but the reliability of that is very low. So most people just go with the trend. It's easier to just be buying the dips every time we get a dip. It's just a buying opportunity for the prices to continue higher. So this is no different. You can see that we're still inside the channel, and we could just be working inside of this until early or mid of 2022. And I think that's when we'll see that bigger correction and possibly the breakout side of it, and then a move to a new high. So that's the pattern I see playing out for the SPY in the next year. Maybe we might just continue higher. I still expect this trend to last a long time, but the measured move that I'm going to show you on the weekly chart is right at the $500 level, and that's an indicator telling me that we might see some selling come in once we reach that level. It's a possibility, a strong possibility. So that's everything I have on the daily chart. You can see that we had that strong move up from October leading into November. Ever since then, prices had a hard time breaking through that 471 level. And then we've been consolidating sideways, chopping back and forth, creating traps for longs and shorts. And then eventually they created a short trap, reversed the market strongly, stopped everyone out, and now it looks like we're going to pull back just slightly to retest the breakout level to make that second leg up to the 495 level. So that's what's playing out right now. Let's go and wrap this up on the weekly chart, and I'll also show you guys the monthly chart. So here's the weekly chart for the SPY. You see that this was a spike up and it's an unsustainable angle, so that's why normally prices taper off in a flatter channel, and this is the channel working higher. You can see that prices, every time we come to the lower side we get a bounce, and every time we get to the upper side we get resistance, and it sends prices to the lower side. So that's just how a channel works. It's very natural, very simple once you're able to read the price chart. The market's very simple, but also complicated at the same time. It would be hard to figure this out unless someone told you what's happening on the chart. And we just got that bounce. So where are prices most likely headed? To the upper side of the channel. It's just high probability that we'll reach this level. Doesn't mean we won't maybe break it, but there's a high probability that we'll get the bounce like we did previously. That's what I expect to happen. And it'll probably reach that 495 level. And then from there I see the bigger correction because I'm looking for some measured moves, and I have to zoom out a lot on this chart to see what I can use to predict the second leg formation. And I have to go all the way back to 09 to the top of 2020 because this market's been going up for a long time. I mean, since that 2020 crash, and it's going up fast. So I have to see what other leg they want to complete. It looks like this one right here. And if I just drag this over to the bottom of that 2020 crash and we zoom out on the chart, you can see that this measured move points right at the 492, 493 level. So it's pretty similar to that other measured move I had on the daily chart. So there's a confluence there that we might see a big correction coming in probably between the first quarter of 2022 and the mid quarter of 2022. I think that's when we'll see it if this uptrend continues at the rate it's going. And it's not going to be some crazy crash. I don't think it will be. I think we're just going to have a bigger correction that we've been normally seeing in 2020 and 2021. So that's pretty much everything I have on the weekly chart. Let's go and wrap this up on the monthly chart. One last thing on the weekly chart is that you can see how strong this uptrend is. We have not been below the EMA since May of 2020. So that's going to be almost 2 years if we go into 2022 without being below the EMA. You can see that every time we come up to it, we get a bounce. So this is a very strong uptrend and not something where you want to be buying the tops or people think we're going to get a crash soon, because like I said, this market can continue much higher than even what I think. Maybe we hit the $700 level. Maybe. As of right now, technically it doesn't look like we can, but it does technically look like we can reach the $500 level. And then from there, if we start getting a bigger correction, maybe something like this, and then we continue higher, then we might even hit the $1,000 level. But as of right now, we don't even have to worry about this right now. I'm just worrying about what we can see on the chart. So let's go back to the monthly chart real quick. Let me move all these drawings. Let's just click right here to change to the monthly chart, and here's the monthly chart. You can see that we haven't been near the EMA in a while, and normally we will get a retest of the EMA eventually. And the farther and longer we stay away from it, the bigger the pullback's gonna be. And what is making me think we're gonna get that pullback in mid of 2020 is the measured move. You can see that this was a measured move right here, and if I just drag this over, you can see that this led to the 2020 crash. Right at the measured move top is that 2020 crash. So this is an indicator that we might see sellers come in and buyers taking the profits. So this would be the first leg up right here from the 09 to the high of 2020. One big leg now, because I need to combine these two smaller legs into one, because the market is still going higher. And if I just drag this over to the bottom of 2020, this measure moves right at the 493 level. And it makes sense because that's when the market will be the furthest away from the EMA and the longest in this whole up move. So we could see that bigger correction. I think not something super scary. I think probably just like I said, a 20 to 25% drop, because that would be right probably where the EMA is then. So that's what I see happening for 2022, but I'll give you guys an update if anything else changes. Thank you for stopping by and checking out my video. Make sure to check out the rest of the channel, since you might be surprised at what you can learn. Leave a comment down below on where you think prices are headed. Also share the video if you want your friends to learn about the markets. Lastly, I appreciate any feedback to help improve the channel, since I want to deliver great content to you guys. See you next time, and bye.